exercise today is the low Spider-Man plank. So you're going to start on your forearms, making sure that your shoulders are over your elbows. You're going to pull your core up towards your chest and then lift your knees up off the floor so you're on your toes. And from there you're going to turn your foot out to the side and bring your knee up towards your elbow while keeping your body close to the ground. So you're lifting up to the side and then pop it back down. Turn your foot out to the other side, bring your knee up and back down. So it's important that when you're doing this that your bum doesn't go really high in the air. You need to keep your body in line and your core nice and tight. So that's the low Spider-Man plank. Okay everyone, the next exercise today is plank hip dips. So you're going to start on your forearms, shoulders over your elbows, bring your core up towards your chest, and once you're in plank position you're just going to be dropping your hip down to one side and then across to the other. So it's down, middle, other side. And then you'll do it a little bit faster, keeping your core nice and tight the whole time. And your hips shouldn't actually touch off the floor, it's just going down towards the floor. And that's the plank hip dips. Okay everyone, the next exercise today is the plank hop. So you're going to start in rest position, shoulders over your wrists, core nice and tight and lift your knees up off the floor. And from there you're going to jump both feet at the same time to one side and then back to press up position and then to the other side. So you're going to jump your feet up to the side, back to press up and then to the other side while keeping your core nice and tight. And make sure that you finish in the start position with your back down nice and flat. If you want to make it a little bit easier than that, all you need to do is step. So you're going to step to the side, step back, step to the other side, then step back, keeping your core nice and tight and your back flat. So that's the plank hop. Okay everyone, the next exercise today is the plank jack. So to do this, we're going to go into a plank position, making sure that your shoulders over your elbows, pull your core up towards your chest and then you're going to lift your feet, your elbows off of the floor so you're on your feet. From there, you're going to keep your core nice and tight and we're going to jump your feet out and in. So you're going to jump out and then keeping your core nice and tight the whole time and making sure that your back doesn't arch at any point. And that's the plank jack. Okay everyone, the next exercise today is the plank walk. So you're going to start on your forearms, your elbows, shoulders over your elbows. Keep your core nice and tight so you're on your toes, making sure you're pulling your waist up towards your chest slightly, and then we're just going to use the length of your mat to start to walk. So stepping your arms out and stepping your feet at the same time. So you need to make sure that your core stays nice and tight the whole time and we don't have any dipping from your lower back. And that's the moving plank. Everyone, the next exercise today is the plank with stepping your foot out to the side. So we're going to start in plank position. So shoulders over your elbows. You're going to pull your core up towards your chest and then lift your knees off of the floor. And from there what you're going to do is you're going to step one foot out to the side and do not let it touch the floor. So step out. Make sure your core is nice and engaged the whole time and that your back doesn't arch when you're doing this. But if this is a little bit too hard for you, there's a simpler version where your foot does touch. So you'll step out, bring it back in, step out, bring it back in. And that's the plank, stepping your foot out to the side. Okay everyone, the next exercise I want to do is the plank. So to start off, we're going to go onto our forearms. You want to make sure that your shoulder is over your elbow and then you're on your toes. So the most important part here is that your core is engaged, so you want to help your hips slightly up the way, which prevents your back from arching, and you're just going to hold with your legs about hip width apart and you hold for as long as you can. So if you want to make this exercise easier, all you need to do is pop your knees down onto the floor while keeping your back flat. So the most important part is that your bum is not way up in the air and that your core's nice and tight. So that's the plank. Okay everyone, the next exercise today is the reverse plank hip lifts. So you're going to start in a seated position, arms shoulder width apart, and have your shoulders over your wrists and your legs are hip width apart. From there, what you're going to be doing is you're lifting your hips up towards the ceiling into a reverse plank. So you're just going to lift up, bring your head back, and then drop your hips back down and lower your bum onto the floor. So it's up, lift your hips up nice and high, core tight, and then drop them back down. And one more time, up, looking at the ceiling, and then drop back down to start position. And that's the reverse plank hip lifts. Okay everyone, the next exercise I'm going to do today is side plank. So to start on side plank, you're going to put your hand at the other side of the mat, making sure that your shoulders over your wrists and you make sure your obliques nice and tight. Step your leg out and then have the other foot join it. So it's stacked one foot on top of the other, keeping your core nice and tight the whole time. And you can have your hand on your waist, or you can pop your hand up in the air if you want to make it a little bit harder. Or if these are too hard for you, all you need to do is pop your knees down. And then make sure your body's in a straight line. And again, your hand on your waist or hand up in the air. And that's the side plank. Okay everyone, the next exercise today is the T-plank. So you're going to start in press up position, shoulders over your wrists. Pull your core up towards your chest and then lift your knees up off the floor. And then from there we're going to be adding a rotation motion. So you're going to turn to the side and open your arm and chest up. Core nice and tight into side plank. And then you're going to pop your hand back down and then you twist into the other side. So you need to make sure that your core stays nice and strong the whole time while you're going through this motion. And that we don't see any sinking from your back. Tummy nice and strong the whole time. And that's the T-plank. Okay everyone, the next exercise I'm doing today is up, up, down, down. So you're going to start off in press up position. So shoulders over your wrists, core nice and tight, lifting your knees up off the floor. And from there you're going to drop down onto your forearms one at a time. So drop down, core nice and tight the whole time, and then you're going to come back up. And then you're going to swap hands and go down on the other side. So you need to make sure that your back's nice and flat the whole time and that your core's nice and tight. And that's up, up, down.